It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Russian River Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Blind Pig IPA coming in at 6.25% ABV, and it's a 500ml bottle, 1 pint, 16 fluid ounces, 510ml. There we go, for European markets. There's the bottle cap. Massive thank you to Kenny Robertson for sending us the beer. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Let's get rid of some of the... I couldn't get at it. A little bit of polystyrene from the box that it was sent in. Here we go. So Kenny's written me a lovely letter saying that this is Russian River's third best-selling beer behind Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Younger. Blind Pig is really, really good. And he's also saying that some people like to be really edgy and say that this beer is actually better than Pliny the Elder. Some people seem to think that Blind Pig is better than Pliny the Elder, but we'll be the judge of that. 2 to 3 finger white head, good levels of carbonation. It's a kind of a very light amber, almost straw coloured IPA. Let's get the aroma. Looks fantastic. Slight haze on there. It's another level. It's another level. I've had Pliny 3 times. Pliny the Elder 3 times. The first time I was in the kitchen, we reviewed it, really enjoyed it. It was a top class beer. Then I had it a second time at the European Beer Bloggers Conference in Leeds back in 2012. Again, drunk beer all day. It completely blew me away after drinking 10 beers and then having a Pliny the Elder. It was like another level. And then I visited Barcelona through the Barcelona Tourist Board with a few other bloggers from around the world, newspaper writers, that sort of thing. And one of the American newspaper writers who writes on beer pulled out a bottle of Pliny the Elder, and we all kind of had a little bit of this beer each. And yeah, it's just another level. It's just another level. It's just something about it that makes it one of the best IPAs in the world. So this, I mean, this smells fantastic, but Pliny the Elder is going to take a lot of beating. But this smells good. This smells good. A little bit of pine, grapefruit, pineapple. Dare I say it, fleshy blood orange. For me, my own personal palate. Spicy, peppery. Look at the way the beer's held its head so well. Should we dive in? Cheers, everybody. Oh, just... wow, incredibly smooth. See if there's a slight haze on there. Oh, even now after, what was that, 10-15 seconds between speech, now I'm picking up a subtle... And this is the thing about some of these amazing beers out there, that I'm now picking up a subtle kind of bitterness that just envelops the palate, just fills the inside of your mouth. But it's a really slow burning bitterness that climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs, like one of those rally cars with a great torque on it, making its way up the mountain to the top. and the top is your kind of your palate, and it's like, we've made it, here's the bitterness. So much flavour. So much flavour. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. Just incredible. Just incredible. There's that bitterness again. But there's so much going on. There's so many subtle flavours that are just like, hey, it's me over there. And then somebody else going, hey, it's me over there. Like hiding, playing hide and seek, all the different flavours. There's so much going on. There's a little bit of orange, there's a little bit of grapefruit, there's a little bit of pine needle, all popping its head up and saying hello. It's like whack-a-mole. You're like finding these flavours by whacking them all. Orange peel, fleshy blood orange, bit of pineapple, a spiciness, a pepperiness, and then there's that kind of that little bit of breadiness from the malt that comes through. There's a reason why these beers are kind of world-beating, world-class. There's a reason why people want to try it all over the world, and they will do their darndest to get hold of this stuff. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. Kenny said there's a box of beers coming your way. I said thank you very much, and I opened the box, and there's a bottle of Blind Pig in the bottle, in the box. Incredible stuff. I mean, look at the lacing still. Look at that lacing. Fantastic carbonation. Fantastic lacing, and the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is incredible. It's incredibly drinkable. It's incredibly refreshing, but there's a slight kind of creaminess to it. Quite slight kind of like they've added just a little bit of oat to the beer. The balance between the sweetness and the bitterness is fantastic. Everything, and I've said this before, and I always say it about the greatest beers in the world, all of the flavours are singing off the same hymn sheet. Nobody's like out there singing something that shouldn't be on the song sheet. And I mean that with the flavours. It's all kind of intertwined. It's a great melody of like one big orchestra playing out. And all of these kind of different instruments have come together to make the perfect soundtrack. It's like this. It's like this beer. All of the different hops that have been used, the malts, the water. The water would be such an important part of this beer. The way they pH balance the water. Or they might be just really lucky and they just use the water they have there in California. And the yeast. Hops, water, malt and yeast, if I missed any. Yeah, they're all kind of singing off the same hymn sheet. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful example of a beer. You would never believe it was 6.25% ABV. I'm loving that kind of subtle bitterness that just keeps kind of like driving up and driving up and driving up. Is it as good as Pliny the Elder? It's tough. I've not had Pliny in 2 or 3 years. Whenever I do have Pliny the Elder, it's like mesmerising, fantastic, insanely incredible beer. This, with a 2 or 3 year gap between trying Pliny the Elder, is all of that. It's terrific, great aroma, great taste. What I would say, if I was to be put on the spot here and now, is Pliny the Elder is 8% ABV. So you're going to get a little bit more malt flavour, because there's more malt to create more sugar to get more ABV. And they probably added a little bit more hops to combat that malt that's gone into the beer. It's like the best way I can describe this beer It's like a slightly toned down version of Pliny the Elder. And when I mean slightly, I mean slightly. There's not much in it at all. I can see why some people think that this is a better beer than Pliny the Elder. At 6.25% ABV, I would have 2, maybe 3 bottles of this. Whereas Pliny the Elder, it's not session strength, it's 8%, it's a double IPA, it's a 1 beer kind of. You start drinking 2 bottles of Pliny or 3 bottles of Pliny, then, you know, you're either very, very lucky to begin with, or you're going to end up in the corner crying somewhere because of the ABV. This, I reckon, I could do 2 or 3 bottles of this. So I can see why people choose it, because it's more of a session beer, if that makes sense. It's terrific. It's fantastic. What does the brewery say about the beer? Just a government warning on the one side with their website, RussianRiverBrewing.com. Here we go. Blind Pig is a Prohibition-era term for a speakeasy. Our very first brewery was named Blind Pig Brewing Company. Was it really? Which was located in Temecula, California. It was here that we first fell in love with IPAs and hops. Our Blind Pig IPA is generously hopped with hints of citrus, woody notes and a lingering bitterness. Keep refrigerated and consume fresh to best enjoy this beer's intense hop character. Oh, does anybody know the story of Blind Pig Brewing Company? Can anybody comment on it? Put a comment in the comments box. I'd love to know. Love to know why they become Russian River Brewing Company. A really interesting thought there. I like this beer enough. Yeah, it's absolutely terrific. It's Stone the Crows, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.